This is problem number 2 related to design of beam when it is subjected to torsion. Okay. So this problem was asked in November 2017 for 17 marks. Okay. So what is the question? First I will read it and then I will solve this problem. Design rectangular beam for limit state method of collapse in torsion with the following data. Okay. Size of beam is 400 mm by 700 mm overall. Okay. Factored shear force 95 kilonewton. Factored bending moment 180 kilonewton meter. Factored torsional moment 55 kilonewton meter. Effective cover 50 mm. Use M20 and Fe415 combination of material. Okay. So what exactly now we have to do? So this is given data. So I will write this data at top of the board. Okay. So what is the width of beam? Okay. What is the width of beam? So width of beam is 400 mm. Okay. Overall depth is 700 mm. Okay. So factor bending moment mu is 180 kilonewton meter. Factor torsional moment Tu is 55 kilonewton meter and factor shear force Vu is 95 kilonewton. 95 kilonewton, and you have to use the M20 and Fe415. You have to use the M20 and Fe415 to use the M20 and Fe415 grade of combination. Okay. Now what exactly we have to do? The step number 1. Step number 1 is equivalent. Step number 1 is equivalent shear force. It is VE. Okay. In the formula, V is equal to VU plus 1.6 TU upon V. Okay. We know the value of VU is 95, 1.6, TU is 55 divided by 0.4. Remember that you have to put the width in meter, okay, and find out the value. It is 95 plus, okay, so 55 divided by 0.4 into 1.6, this is 220, this is 220. So what is the equivalent shear force? Plus 95 is 315 kilonewton. So this is the equivalent shear force. Is it clear? Simple calculation you have to do. Now in step number 2, equivalent shear stress. Equivalent shear stress. The symbolic form is tau VE. Okay. So the formula for tau VE is VE divided by V into D. Okay. So VE is 315, but you have to convert this into Newton. Okay. Width of section is 400, but you have to put here the effective depth. The effective cover given in question. The effective cover is 50 mm. So 700 minus 50. So this is your effective depth is 650. So 10 is 50 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 400 into 650. The value is 1.21 Newton per mm square. So this is the equivalent shear stress tau. Okay, simple calculation. Then you have to find out the 3 more shear stresses. One is tau C, another is tau C max. For that, assume PT 0.5%. So we know that for M20 grade concrete, table number 19, for PT 0.5, the tau C is 0.48 megapascal, 0.48 megapascal with the reference of table 19, page number 73, IS 456 2000 version. Okay, and tau C max is directly taken from table 20. Okay, the value of tau C max is equal to 2.8 megapascal, 2.8 megapascal from table 20. Okay, it is taken from table 20 on same page, page number 73, IS 456 2000 version. So now we have the three stresses. Okay, one is tau VE, one is tau VE. Tau VE is 1.21 megapascal. Okay, next is tau C, it is 0.48 megapascal. Next is tau C max. Tau C max is 2.8 megapascal. By comparing these three stresses, what we observe, that is tau C max is more than tau VE is more than tau C. Okay, it is 2.8, it is more than 1.21, it is more than 0.48. So what is our remark? Shear and longitudinal reinforcement is required. Okay, shear and longitudinal reinforcement required. Shear and longitudinal reinforcement required. Okay. Now, in step number 3. Now in step number 3, what we have to do? Okay, what we have to do? We need this value tau VE is. So I will write here tau VE is 1.21 megapascal. Okay, we need this value in further step. Okay, now step number 3, design of longitudinal steel for reinforcement. Okay, so longitudinal steel is designed for the equivalent bending moment ME1. Okay, so equivalent bending moment ME1. So what is ME1? ME1 is MU plus MT. ME1 is MU plus MT, isn't it? On page number 75, we have this formula. Okay, so ME1 is equal to MU plus MT is TU into 1 plus capital D by B divided by 1.7. So we have the MU is 180 plus TU is 55, 1 plus 700 divided by 400 whole divided by 1.7. Okay, so 180 plus. So now I want this value 700 divided by 400 plus 1. Okay, divided by 1.7 into 55. This value is 88.97. This value is 88.97. I will check this value again. Okay, 700 divided by 400 plus 1 divided by 1.7. Okay, into 55. Yes, this value is correct. If you add it to 180, the final value is 268.97 kilonewton meter. So this is your ME1. This is your ME1. Now check that whether the section is under reinforced section or not. Okay. For that you have to find out the MUR balance. For that we will find out MUR balance. MUR balance is RU balance BD square. RU balance is 0.138 FCP for Fe415. This section and depth of the section. So 0.138 FCK is 20. Width is 400. Depth is 650 square. So 0.138 into 20 into 400 into 650 into 650. So value is 466.44 kilonewton meter. Okay. So this is the moment of resistance of a balance section. Okay. So what we get here? So your ME1 is less than MUR balance. ME1 is less than MUR balance. The section is under reinforced section. Section is under reinforced section. That means you have to find out the steel using that under root formula. Using that under root formula. So now you need MT. Okay, MT is 88.97. You need ME1. ME1 is 268.97. We require this value for the further calculation. Okay, so I write that values on top of the board. Now tension steel calculation. Okay, tension steel calculation. Okay, because the section is under reinforced section, so to put this formula 0.5 FCK divided by 5 into bracket 1 minus under root of 1 minus 4.6. Instead of ME you have to put the ME1. Okay, FCK BD square into BD. So 0.5 FCK is 20. Fy is 415. 1 minus under root of 1 minus 4.6. ME1 is 268.97. I have to multiply by 10 raised to 6 because I have to convert this value into Newton mm. FCK is 20. Width is 400. 650 square. 400 into 650. So what is the steel? What is the steel? Please calculate this. I will try. Okay, 268.97 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 20 into 400 into 650 into 650. Okay, 0.366. 1 minus 0.366 under root of this value. 0.796. 1 minus 0.796. Okay, into 0.5 into 20 divided by 415 into 400 into 650. The value is 1278.07 mm square. If you assume 20 mm diameter bar, okay, 20 mm diameter bar, so the number of bars are 1278.07 divided by pi by 420 square. 1278.07 divided by pi by 4 20 into 20, we get it is 4.06. 4.06, little bit say as it is 4. Say it is 4 numbers. Okay, 4 numbers, or you have to put the 16 mm diameter bar. That it is okay with 4 numbers. Now what? You have to design the compression steel. you have to design the compression steel. When the numerical value of MT exceeds the numerical value of MU, okay, for the compression steel, if numerical value MT exceeds the numerical value of MU, what is MT? MT is 88.97 and your MU is 180. So, if numerical value of MT exceeds the numerical value of MU, so it is not satisfied. That means compression steel is not required. That means compression steel not required. Compression steel not required. Okay. So there is no need to design the compression steel at all. You have to provide the minimum nominal steel, whatever you feel sufficient. Okay. So this is related to longitudinal steel. Now you go for the shear reinforcement. Now you go for the shear reinforcement. So last fourth step, design of shear reinforcement. Okay. So as usual, assume 8 mm diameter, 2-legged stirrups, whatever we have assumed in previous problem. 8 mm diameter, 2-legged stirrups. Now we require some values. Okay, that means spacing. For spacing, we have to use two formula from IS code, and then have to check that value whether it is should not exceed, and finally decide the spacing. For that, you need a B1 D1 and X1 Y1. I am going to solve this. How to find out the B1 D1? How to find out the X1 Y1? So this is the alignment of a vertical steel. Okay. This is the horizontal alignment. So at bottom we have assumed 4 numbers of 20 mm diameter. At bottom we have assumed 4 numbers of 20 mm diameter. Okay. Now at top, assume the nominal steel 20 mm, let it be, or 16 mm. But on previous problem we assumed the same diameter. So now I am changing the diameter. It will be 16 mm diameter 2 bars. 16 mm diameter 2 bars. Okay. So these are the 2 bars of 16 mm diameter, and these are the 4 bars of 20 mm diameter. Let it be torque. Okay, again this is also torque. Okay. Now what is the B1 D1? So width of the section is, so the effective cover is 50 mm on both sides, like this. Okay. Effective cover is 50 mm on both sides. Effective cover is 50 mm on both sides. Okay. So this width of the beam is 400 mm. If you deduct 50 from this, 50 from this, so the B1 is 300 mm. Okay, that means 400 minus 50, 50. 400 minus 100, it is 300. Overall depth section is 700 mm. Okay, again to deduct this 50, this 50. So the value of D1 is 600 mm. So value of D1 is 600 mm. Now provide the stirrups, two-legged stirrups like this. Now provide the two-legged stirrups like this. Okay. So what is the x1 and y1? What is the x1 and y1? So center to center, from this center, this is x1. Okay, from this center to this center, y1. Let it be what is the x1? x1 is x1. You have to take the greater value from bottom. Okay, because this diameter and this diameter is different. Okay, this is 20 mm diameter, this is 16 mm diameter, but you have to take the value which is greater value. Okay, that means at top the x1 is same as well as at bottom x1 is same, so there is no variation in x1 if you change the diameter of bar also. Okay, so first one is the b1 plus b1 is 300 mm, then half of this 20 mm, half of this 20 mm is 20, half of this 8, half of this 8 is 4 plus 4, 8. That means 300 plus 20 plus 8, it is 328 mm. Okay, now what is the y1? y1 is 600 plus, so this is 600 plus half of this 20 is 10. Okay, half of this 16 is 8. Okay, clear? And half of this 8 is 4. Half of this 8 is 4. That means you have to add 8. Is it clear? Okay, this is 600. Then plus half of this 16 is 8. Okay, half of this 20 is 10. 10 and 8, and plus 4, 4, 8. Okay, so 600 plus 18 plus 8, this is 626 mm. So this is 626, this is 328 mm. Okay, so now you have to find out the spacing of stirrups. Now to find out the spacing of stirrups. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now, what is the first value? Spacing of stirrups is right here. Spacing of stirrups is, the first value is ASP is equal to TV into SV divided by B1 D1 into 0.87 FY plus BU into SV divided by B1 D1 into 0.87 FY. Okay, so already we have the ASV. ASV is the area of one stirrups bar. Area of one stirrups bar multiplied by legs. Okay, so it is pi by 4 8 square multiplied by 2. It is, we know that it is 100.58 as per our previous problem. Pi by 4 8 square into 2. I will check it again. Okay, is it 100.53? Sorry, it is 100.53. So put this 100.53 TU is 55 into 10 to 6. SV is the spacing. B1 is 300. D1 is 600 into 0.87 FY is 415 plus VU is 95 into 10 raised to 3. SV divided by 2.5. D1 is 600 into 0.87 FY is 415. Okay, now to find out the spacing. Okay, I will find out this value. Okay, so 55 to 10 6 divided by 300 into 600 into 0.87 FY is 415 is 0.846 SV plus 95 divided by 2.5 into 600 into 0.87 Fy is this. So this is 0.175 SV. This is 100.53. The value of SV is 100.53 divided by 0.846 plus 1.1755. Okay. So the value is 98.41 mm. So this is the value of spacing considering first formula. Now, what is the spacing considering the second formula? What is the spacing considering the second formula? So second formula is ASV is equal to tau V minus tau C P into SV divided by 0.87 Fy. You know the value of tau V 1.21 minus 0.48. We have the value of tau C is 0.48. Width is 400 SVA to find out divided by 0.87 Fy is 415. Okay. So that calculate this. The ASV is 100.53. Okay. So 1.21 minus 0.48 into 400 divided by 0.87 Fy is this. So this is 0.808 SV. 100.53. What is the SV? 100.53 divided by 0.808. Something the value is divided by 0.808. Okay. 124.41 mm. Okay. So this is the second value. Okay. This is the second value 124.48. But these two values should not be exceed. These two values should not be exceed. Okay, the first value is 98.41 mm. Okay. Second value is 124.41 mm. These two values should not exceed. These values should not exceed. Not exceed as per IS 456 2001 page number 48. X1. What is the X1? Is 328. Okay. Second one, X1 plus Y1 by 4. 328 plus Y1 is 626 by 4. 328 plus 626 by 4. It is 238.5 mm. And third one is the 300 mm. Whichever is less. So we have the 5 values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From that small value is 98.41. So let us say that it is 95 mm center to center. So provide two-legged 8 mm stirrups. 95 mm center to center. That means you have to write down like this here: 8 mm two-legged 95 center to center. So this is your design of beam related to shear. Now last point, I love this last point, side face reinforcement. Okay, I will rub this all points. Side face reinforcement. side face steel. Side face steel. Overall depth exceeds 450 mm. That means overall depth of beam is 700 mm. It is more than 450 mm. So side face steel is required. Okay. So AST. How to find out the AST side face is 0.1% of web area. 0.1% of web area. So 0.1 divided by 100, web area is B into D. B is 400. Okay. D is 700. So width is 400, depth is 700. So 700 into 400 into 0.1 divided by 100, it is 280 mm square. So if we assume the 16 mm diameter, if you have 16 mm diameter, so 280 divided by pi by 4, 16 into 16, 1.39, say as two numbers. That means you have to provide the 16 mm diameter 2 bars as a side face steel. So what is your final design? The width 400, depth 700, compression steel nominal 2 bars of 16 mm, tension steel 4 bars of 20 mm, stirrups 8 mm, 2 leg 95 mm center to center, and side face reinforcement is 2 bars of 16 mm diameter.